my name's Trevor Waugh, and today I'm going to try out these new pigment markers from Winsor & Newton. They just sent me a box, sample box with these pigments in them, and they look really exciting. There's lots of colours, there's a choice of over 100 colours in the range, and neutrals as well. I'm looking at the box right now. Send this amazingly posh packaging and paper for me to sample, and I'm going to see if they work as well as my paints. Here they are. They've got two ends. One's a thick end, the other one's a thin end for drawing, and you can see they come in lovely bright colours. Very nice packaging. Let's try out the blue. That's my favourite colour. Yep. Yeah. What I expected. Look very like watercolours. We'll try the red over this and see if they merge. Yep, with a bit of pressure on the tip, they seem to merge very well. Let's try the yellow. Try all the primaries first and see what happens. Let's see how well they mix, multi-mix. Yep. Well. Yeah. Wow, these are very exciting. They seem to work much like paints do. I'm trying out the white blender at the moment. That's really interesting. And this is the neutral range. They should be quite useful. Yeah, I think I'm going to use these ones to start with. That's such a useful box. It contains neutral colours. This one's a warm and a cold neutral, and then earth colours and a flesh colour. Let's try the earth. That is in fact called burnt orange. This next one is called portrait pink. Try that on its own, yes. Much like paints, oil paints or watercolours, but they seem to merge and blend like I would use my watercolours. And the white blend is very exciting. Let's see what that can do. This one is the colourless blender. Let's start out with the cool grey, and I'll map out my city scene. This is going to be a drawing. I'm going to use the pens to block in San Giorgio de Maggiore from Venice and St Mark's Square, with figures coming towards us. Now this colour's really good for a beginning, I think. You can get variation of tint just from the one pen by pressure, sensitive mapping out, and you can block in just like paints, really. Well, I'm loving this cool grey one, as it's called. It's amazingly versatile for the initial drawing. Yeah, this is much darker. This is a cool grey. Again, from the neutral box. And I'm using the finer tip, the other end, to do a bit of fine drawing, see if it will help. Yeah, the tip's very sensitive. You can use it just like a pencil, really. Excuse me if I get the colours wrong, but you'll see the proper ones indicated at the top left of your screen. Yeah, well, these are no ordinary markers, it would seem. They are, well, they're very user-friendly. It doesn't take long to get to know them and enjoy them. Well, if you like quick drawing, these are undeniably made for that cause. Well, this is genuinely a good product, especially for the natural artist. I'm impressed. Always a good thing to be excited about the materials that you're using. This is burnt orange, I think. Trying this for the figures. It's a very rich pigment, and when I was reading the leaflet, what makes these colours different to ordinary markers is that they're made with pure pigments and 100% light fast. So I'm using the dark grey here for the figures against the light. Well, the tips work very much like a brush. You can block or use them finely. Yeah, I love this colour. Again, this is from the neutral box, and it's a petrol blue, it's called. Beautiful cool tint. And I'm back to my warm grey again. Well, you can, if you're quick, you can smudge them with your fingertip. I'm used to getting my fingers in as well when I'm using paints. These operate virtually the same. I can see that this set is going to be a real bonus for me, especially in sketching. They're great sketching tools. Okay, let's go back to the petrol blue. I'll try overlaying some colours. This is the violet. Oh, and that's another rich pigment. And I'm finding out that the pens are very pressure sensitive. And this is the light grey for some of the shadows. And yeah, if you hit a darker colour, the tip picks it up just like a brush would. And well, I'm getting a bit more confident with it now. So yeah, and they overlay on top of one another very well, very delicately, so you can get depth. Let's just try out some darks. This is the dark grey. I think we'll put in this building that's in shadow. Overlay this dark on top. Well, the paper itself is developed for these markers. And it seems to be holding out very, very well, and doesn't mark on the other side. So when you turn the paper over, you can see very little trace of the painting. This is the burnt orange again. It's very rich, really lovely colour. Well, there's some nice language that comes together from pressure or lightness of touch. Let's use a bit of raw colour. I'm using the carmine here, and it overlays very well on top of the dark tint, and they're merging. Gone to the black marker now. Yeah, and that red underlay is warming up the dark tint. Let's try banging in some darks over this side to get some impact. Well, it's a very soft black. It's not too hard. Yeah, I'm back to my neutral tint, light grey. Again, you can see how it merges with the other markers if you touch them. Well, using the edge of the fat side of the marker to put in some light perspective pavings. Well, now I'm a lot more confident with these things since I've used the light grey palette. With a few raw colours on top, I now feel confident enough to go ahead with something else with the bright colours. Just finishing off with the petrol blue again, overlaying some darker shadows. And this certainly brings out the richness of the colours. So as you would in paint, building up layers so we get increased value and colour saturation. And I must say that the white papers held out incredibly well, so they developed this, the product manufacturers, with the pigment markers. So there we are. Right, now we can go on to something else. Thank you very much for watching this, and let me know what you think about these in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time.